Insta fam. Okay, so this is not Instagram. What am I talking about? This is YouTube, silly. Okay, hey YouTube, it's your girl Ashley Gabrielle. Thank you for subscribing to my page, my channel. What else am I supposed to say? Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and if you're a new subscriber or if you're a new person who is watching my page, definitely go ahead and click the subscribe button, the notification button, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, I got it. Okay, cool. So guys, today I'll be telling y'all my business. I don't normally do that. But I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a story time. I should probably put curtains down. All right. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a story time before bed. And as promised in my first YouTube video, I had mentioned that I would be doing story times. And with the story times, you know, it's just like personal things that have happened in my life that I believe have shaped me to becoming the woman that I am today. And as I'm still growing and still learning about myself and learning about, you know, who everything, just learning me in general, I realized that these are certain things that are a pivotal factor in my life, right? I'm nervous. So what I'm going to be talking to you guys about
today is the story on how I cheated.
So before we get there, this outfit, my little pajamas, is from Sadiddy Noir. She is a lingerie line, and she just has some bomb stuff. She just came out with this pajama set, and it's super cute, super comfortable. I'm wearing a size small right now, and my legs are kind of big, so it's like the perfect size for me. Like the fit is like perfect. If I wanted like a looser fit, I could have gone for like a medium, but this can't go on. All right, y'all, so let me get to the juice. I'm not about to tell y'all names or anything like that, but I'm gonna tell y'all the tea. So I'm gonna just make up these names, and I'm just making up the names off the top of my head. Okay, so I was dating somebody named Leroy, right? This is a fake name. I'm dating this person named Leroy, right? And Leroy and I were together for 4 years. And in the beginning of our relationship, just to give you guys like a background, I was in love with Leroy, like head over heels for this boy. Like, he was the guy that if you had Mark, Jacob, Leroy, and Anthony in a group, right, and you looked at him, you would have been like, yeah, I want to talk to him. He was the cute boy. He was the pretty boy of the group. He was the charming boy. He was very laid back. He was just, you know, cute smile, very flirtatious, just, he was everything in my eyes at the time, right? So Leroy and I, first of all, how I got him, he had a girlfriend. I don't know, these niggas be lying. From my understanding, he wasn't dating the girl. They were just about to break up. So when they were just about to break up, I came in. But from my understanding at the time, they was done. But what I learned to find out later on, they wasn't done. But by that time, I was already in love. So I ain't going nowhere at that point. So let's skip along forward on. I got hired for a job straight out of college. So just to give you guys background history, this is years ago, right? I got hired. I was in school. I had a job and I was interning. The internship that I was in at the time led me to an internship in New York. That internship in New York then led me to moving to New York. And so we had a choice. So prior to that, my internship was at Wilhelmina Models. And so just to give you guys a background history, I'm around a lot of models, females and males. And that internship prior to basically led me to why did I just pause like that? This is a deep story time. This is very nerve-wracking, y'all. So I was in an internship, and at the time I was living in Miami, so that would mean that I would have to do my internship in New York. So the internship was basically being held for probably like 3 months. So I had an apartment in Miami, and that apartment I had a roommate. So my roommate, her name was Stacy. So Stacy and I were rooming together, and you know, her and I, we never had any problems. We never had any issues or anything like that. We were all cool. So not only was I rooming with Stacy, but my boyfriend was living there and her boyfriend was living there. And at the time, I had an extra room because I had 2 rooms. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. I had 2 rooms. I had an office space and I had my own room. So Leroy and I shared one room, and Anthony was in the other room, my office space, for the time being, right? So I had told Leroy, like, listen, you know, I got selected to do my internship in New York and I'm gonna go. And he's like, all right, cool. So I pack my bags and I go. At the time, Leroy was doing a server job. And he was working as like a bartender or something like that. He was super nice with it too. Like going to the bar, watching him do the drinks, and ooh, he was just sexy with it. He was just raw with it. Like he was making mad money at the time, like coming home with, okay. So I was like, all right, whatever, cool. I was so in love with him. So I was telling Leroy, big dummy. I told Leroy that he could stay at the house with his friend, and you know, he just, you know, take care of the house, and me and him will just split the bills. And at the time, yeah, we would split. The agreement was, I think, I don't want to lie, I feel like the agreement was that we would split the bills while I was in New York. Turns out that something happened and he might have like lost his job or something like that. And he said, or he just needed a break. Like he was overworked and he was tired. So I allowed that because there was a point in time where I lost my job and he was paying my bills and paying his bills at the same time. So I was like, you know what? Make him go on. Like I could take care of it for right now. I'll just send the money down to make sure that the house is taken care of, because either way, with him or without him, the bills are still gonna have to get paid. But in my mind, I'm just like, dirty girl, like, you don't make him do something. You see how love make you turn fool? Okay, so either way, I was paying for the rent, right? I was doing my internship, working, all this stuff. So now I get to my internship, and remember, I'm at a modeling agency. These people are mean. Like, they're mean, and I'm such a, like, bubbly, loving type of person. Like, just teach me, just show me, you know, just give me good vibes and give me good energy, and we good. If not, you give me attitude, I'm gonna give you attitude too, and we're not gonna like each other. So I had this one girl in the internship who just used to piss me off. I felt like she was just doing, I don't know if she was intimidated by me, but I feel like she was just doing everything in her power to, like, get rid of me. Like, she would just talk to me so nasty, so rude, and I just didn't like it. So my internship overall was just really stressful. And then although like the people who I was working directly under, they were super nice and they were really kind, but it was still like a lot of pressure. Like, you couldn't fuck around at that internship. Like, there was no messing around there. So I would want to call my boyfriend and tell my boyfriend about my day and stuff like that, because I'm not really like a complainer type of person, but I just felt like I really needed that emotional support at that moment. So I would call him, and I would notice that he was giving me vibes like, why you calling me? And in my mind, I'm like, nigga, you're my nigga, so why can't I call you? So he would give me those vibes. Like, he would say things like, first of all, something happened to his phone, so we was communicating through Skype and Facebook. Ghetto, right? So we was communicating through Skype and Facebook, and when I had time or whenever he had time, because I knew he was around his friends all the time, I would call his friends, or he would call me from his friend's phone, or whatever the case may be. Now, he was in school at the time, and yeah, he was in school, and there was this little girl in the school that used to play soccer with him. So I noticed one day when I was in Florida that he went to go play soccer, and he didn't come home till like 12 o'clock in the night. So me now, I start panicking. I'm like, what happened to him? Because he normally don't be outside for that long. So I'm like, do I need to go look for the boy? Like, so after a while, I went to go look for the boy. I realized the boy is not there. So, sir, where are you? Called his friend. Oh, Leroy's with da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, who? So now he comes home and he's like panicking because I'm asking him the questions and I already know the answers, and he can't tell me a lie. So, sir, who was you with? So, you know, I'm pressing him or whatever. So keep that girl in mind. Go back, right? So now I'm in my internship, stressed out. You know, I need the emotional support from my boyfriend, and he's over here acting up, stressing me out even more than I'm already stressed out. So I'm like, I didn't get it. I let it go. I was just like, you know, let me go about my business and just do my thing and not try to overthink anything. So now y'all remember my roommate, Stacy. My roommate Stacy called me one day, and she's like, girl, Leroy got a girl. No, she text messaged me. She's like, Leroy got a girl in the house. So in my mind, I'm like, I knew it. I knew something was going on, right? So I'm like trying to like ask her, like, sis, tell me, like, who's the girl, like, what she got on, like, all these things. But I'm trying to keep it on the low because realistically speaking, she's the one living with him at that current moment. And she's trying to put me up on game, but she's really not trying to like get caught up in the middle of it, because obviously he's gonna know that she told me. So I'm really trying to like keep her out of the loop without him knowing that I know something. So yeah, this is a long story. So she tells me a little piece of it. So I'm like, okay, I got a little piece of it, but I don't have enough to accuse him at the moment. It's like, this was my thinking process. Like, I need to know all the facts so I could catch him. So I would ask him questions, and obviously the stupid boy would deny it. And I already knew that he was lying, and he was just so convincing. Like, he would just be like, no, I didn't have da-da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Like, he would just be lying about the shit, right? So comes to find out, obviously he's still acting brand new. There was like a couple times that I called his friends or whatever because I wanted to talk to him. And he'd be like, why you always calling my friends? But you want to put a GPS tracker on my leg or something? Why you always want to know where I'm at? So I'm like, this duct is stinking. Like, I'm like, excuse you? I was like so flabbergasted. Like, so I'm like, do I have a boyfriend or no? So now, you know, I work at a modeling agency, right? And so I'm a little cute or whatever. I'm a little cute. I'm working at a modeling agency. And there was this model that always used to come to my job. And so at first I was working in the women's department, but then they switched me to the men's department. So there will be all these fine ass men coming. So those made my internship days a little bit, you know, lighter, because it was, the men are not as like stressful as the women, to be honest. So there was this guy, his name was Steven. Steven used to come and always be smiling at me and flirting with me in front of everybody. And I used to be like, stop, Steven. Don't do that. I got a boyfriend. So Steven used to be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. So one day I went downstairs and I was getting ready to leave to go home. And Steven was outside waiting for little old me. Waiting for me. So he's like, I just want to take you out. Let's just go out. And I'm like, no, I got a boyfriend. Like, I can't talk to you. Can't talk to you. So I go home, right? And of course, you know, the dudes love the chase. So he ended up doing that a couple more times before he actually got my attention, because at this point, my boyfriend's not paying me one attention. He's not paying me attention at all. He's not treating me good. He's not making sure I'm all right. Nothing, none of that. And I'm just like, I need your love and attention and affection, and you're not giving it to me. And I was just like, And now I'm over here being flattered by Mr. O. Steven, who's 6 foot, 4 inches tall, abs, pretty teeth, nice hair. Oof. He was fine. So now Steven's here trying to get my little old attention. I'm turning Steven down. And I'm like, all right, you know what? It's nice outside today. Let me go for a little walk. So we go for a walk, right? We go for a walk. And Steven started flirting with me like always. And eventually, me and Steven end up sleeping together, right? So I'm like, oh, shit. I cheated on my boyfriend. I'm like, okay, shit, what am I do? So I kept feeling like he kept cheating me like shit. So I was just like, I'm gonna keep doing me. So I continued to see this guy. Now remember, here's the thing. This is the plot twist. Here's the thing. Leroy would ask me, where are you? And I'd be like, oh, I'm in the Bronx. I'm at such and such's house. Or like one of my girlfriend's house. Like I'll just say I'm at one of my girlfriend's house. Mind you, my ass was all the way in New Jersey at Steven's house, right? So, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I'm at da-da-da-da-da. So, you know, Facebook, remember I told you we was connecting through Facebook and Skype. So, you know, Facebook has something on it called, I think at the time it was like your location. So the person that was writing you, so I'm on the opposing side. Say I'm writing Leroy. Leroy can see my location, or he can track my location from Facebook. And I didn't know that. So let's just keep all these little tidbits in mind, right? After that, no, before that, remember, Stacy was giving me hints that Leroy had a girl in my house. She didn't tell me everything, but she was giving me the little hints like, girl, your man cheating on you, right? So she was giving me the little hints. So I'm still trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together without really getting her involved, right? So now Steven is at my internship all the time trying to flirt with me. Okay, now I end up, you know, sleeping with Steven. Leroy treating me like shit. Like, he's making it seem like he don't even got a girlfriend. He don't, none of that. He's just making it seem like it's raps. Like, so he's giving me them type of it's over vibes. So I'm just like, okay, oops, on to the next, right? So where do I continue? It's such a long story. Where do I continue? Okay, so now, you know, my internship is slowly wrapping up. Oh, I used to be at Steven's house, right? And so I would be laying down on FaceTime and Leroy would call me and he'll be like, yo, what you doing? Whatever. Steven knew I had a boyfriend. So he'll be like, yeah, what you doing? Whatever. And we'll be talking or whatever. And I'll just have like the phone like right like close to my face so that he couldn't really see like my surrounding area, but he could just see the pillow he could just see the pillow from the FaceTime call. So he would never like ask me like he would ask me where I was at and I'll just be like, I'm home, but he would never say like, let me see your surrounding area. So I would just hang up the phone with him real fast or talk to him for a little bit and then like hang up the phone. So cool. Mind you, this whole time this nigga was cheating on me in my house. This is okay. So now my internship is wrapping up and I decide that I'm gonna tell him that I'm coming home. So he says, say for example, he says, Ashley, what day are you coming home? And I say June 22nd, but my black ass showed up June 21st, right? So I show up June 21st and, you know, I get into the house. Nobody's in the house. Not my roommate, not my roommate's boyfriend, not Anthony, and not Leroy. So I'm like, okay, where's everybody at? You know, maybe everybody's at work or whatever the case may be. I get a little antsy now. So I'm like, where the hell is everybody at? Remember, he doesn't have a phone. So I can't call him and say, hey, where are you? Or whatever. So I go to his job. He's not there. I go to his friend's house. He's not there. I go to his school in the areas that I know he would be hanging out with. He ain't there. I go to the soccer field that I know he's normally at. He's not there. So I'm like, where is this boy at? So I'm like, you know what? Let me wait because I don't want to assume. I don't want to assume and make it a big thing and then I end up looking crazy. So I get home from doing all of that and Stacy's boyfriend comes out and shows me a video of Leroy and the little chick hunching. So I'm like embarrassed, like this motherfucker had the nerve to be in my goddamn house hunching another girl and made a video of it. Mind you, he didn't even know at this point that I was cheating. He didn't know. He didn't know shit, right? He was just treating me bad and whatever. So at this point, I'm like furious now. So I go for a second round to go find his ass. Like, where he at? Like, cause now I'm ready to end this shit. Where you at? So, right? So now I go to find him and I think he ended up going to work. He was at work. No. He wasn't at work. He wasn't at work. Okay. So I had the video, right? I had the video and this shit happened so long ago. So it's like a little all over the place. I had the video and basically he didn't come home till like he didn't come home at all. So I'm in the house and I'm like mad because I'm like, this nigga really had the nerve not to bring his black ass home. So where the hell has he been this whole time? So I had a Mac computer. Well, he had a Mac computer and I knew the password to the Mac computer because I was always doing schoolwork from that Mac computer. So, and I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to visualize everything as I go. So from that Mac computer, I had the master password to the computer, but he changed the regular password thinking that he was slick. So no, you're not slick, sir. I changed the master password. I used the master password to change the basic password. And I also had his Yahoo email password, right? So he didn't know that I had his Yahoo email password. So I used his Yahoo email address to change his Gmail email address to get into his Facebook account. And then I looked through his Facebook messages because remember, this is where we was communicating. I looked through his Facebook messages to see who he was talking to and what he was doing. So in the messages now, right, he got all this stuff like, yeah, telling all his boys like, yeah, come to my girl's house. We got a rooftop, da-da-da-da-da-da. Had the girl's address and all. Had all her information and the things, yeah, come kick it with me and my girl, blah, 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 blah. Whole girlfriend. A whole girlfriend. And I'm providing you a roof over your head, your blood clot mud. So he had a whole thing, a whole situation going on, right? So now me, crazy me, I go to the girl's house. So she lived like in the Brickell area, and in the Brickell area in Miami, it's like real uppity. I don't want to say Brickell, I want to say like Miami, but like it was like in one of those skyrise apartments type thing. It was a nice apartment. So she lived there with her dad, and yeah, I went to the house. There was a security there. I said the girl's name. I said, hey, I'm looking for such and such, her name. Her dad answered the phone. The security took too long for him to answer me. So when somebody came out the elevator, I went inside the elevator. And as soon as I went upstairs, it was him and her at the door. When I tell you my first reaction was to knock her out, don't ask me why her, but he held my hands. So because I couldn't hit her, I hit him, right? So him and I started fighting, not really fighting, but I was more so like the aggressor. You know, so whatever, that happened. And I was so hurt. I was so hurt. Even though I knew that I cheated, I was still like so hurt because I was just like I just felt like had he been treating me the way he was treating me before I left, we would never even had like there would have been no question to my loyalty, or there would have been no question to me dating somebody else while I was dating him. And I'm pretty sure he had suspicions of it, but he just didn't have the facts, just like I didn't have the facts. So basically we cheated on each other. And yeah, so the girl, yeah, it was bad. So I ended up showing him the video of him and the girl hunching, and he was basically trying to say that it wasn't him. Nigga, it was you. What you trying to say? I don't know what you look like. It was you. I know what your stuff look like. Don't play with me. Don't do that. I don't like that. So he was trying to lie, saying that wasn't him, and I was telling him he's a liar, blah, 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 blah. But to be honest, I was going to go to the grave with my cheating. I was going to make it seem like he did it. It wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. It was all him, da-da-da-da-da. But he couldn't really deal with the fact that he hurt somebody. And honestly, I couldn't deal with the fact that I hurt somebody like that either. So, yeah. We ended up getting back together the same night. after he found out that I cheated. So that I cheated too. So yeah, it was bad. It was a bad breakup, and it was very toxic and very nasty. We ended up getting back together and staying together, and so you guys are just gonna have to find out what happened later on in the next story time. So yeah, it was just bad. Okay, so the reason why I'm bringing this up, right? The reason why I'm talking about this, right, is because ladies, right? Ladies, we put ourselves in these positions, or we fall in love with these people who we think have the potential to be our everything, right? And sometimes we don't understand that we're going to go through breakups. We're going to go through relationships that are not meant to really be with us, be for us forever, but to more so teach us a lesson. And so this relationship was a pivotal factor in teaching me a lesson, just for my personal growth and for what it is that I truly want, and what it is that I know that I cannot do, and what it is that I know is not okay from my standards, right? After I cheated, or after he found out, I mean, I felt bad during the process, but I just felt like at that moment, at that time, I just felt like, you ain't treating me good. You ain't giving me the attention that I want. You're not doing this and you're not doing that. But really, I should have loved myself way more to be like, you know what? This relationship isn't for me. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. You're not serving me any good. Pack up your stuff and go. You know, I wasn't confident. I wasn't secure enough within myself. I wasn't, maybe I felt like I loved myself, but I didn't love myself enough, to muscle up and say that. And more or less, I didn't love myself enough because I didn't respect myself enough not to cheat. So that was my lesson in it. So this is the reason why I'm bringing it up. The whole situation was very toxic. At least towards the end, the whole situation was very toxic. And I say all of this to say that, and right now it could be like a story, or it could be funny, or it could be a joke, or whatever the case may be. But these are things that people really, really do go through. And, you know, it's just for us to really find the lesson in it. So for me, it was that I needed to love myself a lot more. I felt disgusted with myself. I felt disgusted with him. I didn't love myself enough to leave him after I found out that I cheated and that he cheated. I put a lot of emphasis on that relationship to work. Like, I had so much dreams and hopes of this person being my forever. And that just wasn't the case. And so you'll get to see, or I'll get to share with you guys later on, how I've developed since that relationship. And this is in no way to bash him or bash myself, because I fucked up too. This is in no way to bash either one of us, but just to almost share the realistic lessons that happen, like the things that happen to us when we go through stuff. And, you know, just my thinking process at that time. At that time, I thought that you wasn't giving me enough attention. You wasn't showing me enough love. This person is here giving me everything that I need. I'm trying to call you. There's a lack of communication. I can't even talk to you. And when I do talk to you, the few times that I do talk to you for the day, you want to give me an attitude for no reason. Mind you, whole time before this, before I even left, you was cheating on me with this person. And I had suspicions that you was cheating on me with this person. Oh, I forgot a main part. I forgot a main part. So prior to that, we had a Skype call one day. And in that Skype call, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot that part. In that Skype call, me and him is talking, you know, at this point I'm feeling like, okay, we boo loving, whatever, trying to make it work. And I hear somebody in the background go, "Hey, baby." And he smashes the computer down. So I call back and I'm like, why did you just close the computer? And who was that in the background? So he's trying to say that it's Stacy's cousin or Stacy's friend or something or whatever that came to the house that was saying hi to him. So for me, I'm like, now show me your area, show me your surrounding area so I could see who this person, if there's a really, you know, a cousin there. Because if there's a cousin there, I should be able to see this person. So he's showing me, he told me that it was a cousin like after the fact, but I'm telling him to show me the house, and the girl's basically behind him or like not following the camera. So he's basically guiding her so that I can't see I can't see where she is in the house, but she's in the house. Child, it was bad. But either way, it's just for me to say that, you know, that was something that I did in my past. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I boast or brag about. There's nothing to boast or brag about when it comes down to that. But just to be transparent, like, shit happens. Things, you know, things just be happening. And, you know, it's just like, we gotta, the point is, we gotta love ourselves. We gotta love ourselves enough to know when to step away. We gotta love ourselves enough to know when things are not right for us. We have to love ourselves enough to know that this person is not the person that we want to be with. We have to love ourselves enough to know that if we're not happy, that it's not serving us any purpose. We have to love ourselves enough to have respect, not for only ourselves, but for others as well, because truthfully, girls are typically the ones who are always getting cheated on. So being on the opposing side of that, knowing that you also hurt somebody and you did the dirt, is kind of that feeling is just real bad. Like, that's not a good feeling at all. Like, I was really disgusted with myself for a while. Like, I was embarrassed. It took me a while to get over that, to be honest. So for me to be able to like publicly speak about it is like a lot. But yeah, we just gotta love ourselves, and you'll get to see, you know, my transition and my process of I'll share what I choose to share, what I so choose desire to share. When it comes down to that, I have to kind of, you know, yeah. So yeah, that was my story time on how I cheated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you've ever been through a situation like this, because child, I be knowing.